Okay, I'm very late today because I've been at my son's and trying to get home in the Christmas traffic. It hasn't been easy. So I'm thinking, because I've got to go spend Christmas with my son, obviously, I might have to do one of our Zodiac wheels or something to see us through Christmas, because I can't count everything and my cards. So we'll see. I don't know yet. I'll try and do you a little video. So today's song has a little story behind it, and those of you that have been with me a long time know that Mum passed 22nd of October, and that, especially when my brother died, I do sometimes get messages from me, but they are never just for me. There's always something in there for you. But this was knocked me off my feet shock, because the song is by the Everly Brothers and it's called something, The Lightning Train or something like that. And it was a massive shock because my mum used to sing this song when I was little, and it made me cry every time she sang it. And especially if I was poorly, she'd sing it all the time. And it's very maudlin, very, very maudlin. But I assumed it was one of my granny's all-time music hall songs. And this song popped up on my feed out of nowhere, and I put it on because I thought, well, that must be today's song, the Everly Brothers, Lightning Train. Listening to it, and it's this bloody song. So she's letting me know she's arrived, she's well, but there's a shock coming for all of us somewhere. So let's see what spirits have to say, because I've got a lot of them up there now helping me, and including Jerry Kristen and April's mum. We've got a lot up there now, so they're just as eager to talk to you as you are to talk to them. The more of you there is, and the more of you that connect, and the more of you that comment, the more they know you're watching, or that you're interested in listening, which is the thing. Because if you're just watching, they might think, well, she's not engaging, so she's not interested. So, or he. So let me know you're there. It's very important. Now, the waffles over. Let's see what this is all about, shall we? The 19th then. Pretty sure it's the 19th. Yep, 19th. So that's the sun then. It's a Leo energy card. The sun is the best disinfectant, my mum would say. Brings things to light. It removes obstacles. When you don't have it, you don't feel as energized. So, the 19th then we're looking for. There it is. So it's not majorly important, but they want you to know that something is going to be exposed, something will come to light, and it's positive. So let's see. So yeah, there's something about lightning shocks, and it is about Mummy getting there on time when Mummy passes. Got to be there for when Mum passes, and luckily I was. Thank goodness I was there, and I saw her through to the other side. So it is. There's no other major arcanas in this, so this is very important. It is nothing big at the moment, but they want you to be aware that there is light at the end of that tunnel. Aries. This is, if it's not an Aries, it is somebody that's willing to take action, to do what they say they're going to do, to put the money where their mouth is. So somebody that you can count on taking action. This is a passionate man. And there is the death. Something or someone has died, ended. Enough is enough. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But just like the message from Mum, it's saying, my body may be gone, but my soul is still here. And we have the eclipse. So we'll look for where the next eclipse says. There's 10 weeks. There has been a passing, but we are healing. Scorpio card, my mum's birth sign. She's adamant tonight. I'm sorry, but it will also mean something to you because it's not just a Scorpio card. This is being in charge of your emotions. This is being a grown-up. This is the reproductive organs and shared resources. He has his wand. She has a cup. Phallic symbols. There is love there, but it's not enough. It's unconditional love. It may be immature love, but it grows to something far bigger. This is a full family, complete and utter unconditional love. Water sign energy. Someone's in charge of their emotions. They know exactly who they are and what they want. But they also know they've got to fight for it because there's no peace for the wicked. This is Rome burns while Nero fiddles. So somebody took their eye off the ball and now everything's going to hell in a handcart. And it's being exposed. Those born in the year of the horse. And there is a woman scorned. Somebody who is out for revenge. So when there's two women in a read, that doesn't bode well. This is somebody in mental illness or someone who's, she is wicked. She will look for revenge. She is possibly a professional woman, a doctor, priest or lawyer. She is usually Aquarius, so this could be January, February time. This is someone who is detached. She will sever ties left, right and centre. She doesn't care. She is guarding her heart, but she is very confused and perhaps even mental illness. So we've got to watch out for her. She is a negative, and that's the sort of something you need to end. A lonely or divorced, widowed woman. So let's see where that's going to take us, because that is strange. We've got two men and two women, but these are unconditional love. And the love is there, and there is, it's growing. It's grown from a small thing to a much bigger thing than was intended. So 4 to 10 weeks then, which would probably take us January, February time, and beyond maybe. So let's see. Yeah, someone has failed. Failed in business, failed to succeed in whatever it was they was trying to do. And it's become a nightmare situation, but it will end. So it ends because you have always had that gate open on that cage, and you could have left at any time. Sleepless nights over nothing. There is possibly an inheritance or security here, comfort zones, materialism, a big sum of money. Your name's not down, you're not coming in. Somebody missed an opportunity here for unconditional love. 1 year is mentioned. The door's locked to you. Somebody will not enter that place. Now we have Capricorn energy, which is positive, 15. Somebody's free, broken the shackles. No longer selling the soul to the devil. Do not sign anything. Do not agree to anything under duress. This is coming out of a toxic situation, freeing yourself. And there is a violent man here, so now we have another couple. Evil, violent, confused, mentally ill, whatever you want. They're both on the same page. They give bad advice. They are both very lonely, twisted people. Sadly, the name Michael could be important. And Karen. Yeah, so Mercury retrograde, or one of the retrogrades, but this is specifically the Mercury retrograde card, which I think happens in January, February time. Something has to be revisited, a choice, abandonment, possibly orphaned children. And now we have another woman. There's a lot going on here. Leo energy again. Lily, Daisy, financial success. But above all, Spirit want you to seek unconditional love. To find it for yourself and for others, especially the children. Or your inner child. They don't want you to be unhappy. They want you to know that you are loved unconditionally and that you should love yourself in that way. There is a lot of mental cruelty here. A lot of mental cruelty. And again, there's only one major arcana, the 15. The only way we want to see it is about freedom. Freedom from the spite and the lies and the confusion. Yeah, somebody's making that decision. They can no longer be blackmailed emotionally, financially, spiritually, mentally, or physically. They do not have you over a barrel anymore. That windfall or something that is stability financially is there. So maybe that's what makes it possible. Security. There is something coming out of the blue that you didn't expect in the next 8 days that you're not going to like. An action that's being taken. Yeah, and don't overthink it though. You are trapped in, there's nothing to fear but fear itself, but your inner child is so used to those swords coming out and words and your thoughts attacking that you feel trapped. Usually it's that lady in the Ring of Swords with the blindfold on and the rope. Neither are tied, she could stand up and they'd drop off. But she daren't because of whoever put those swords there to keep her intimidated enough not to dare to stand up in case they pierce her with the sword. So it's overthinking, it's blame, it's shame. Yeah. So the moon. I don't know when. I think we may have missed the full moon. The 18th. If that's the case, I'm really sorry. But it's either the full moon or the new moon. It is not knowing which way to turn. It is torn between two people, two properties, two situations. You must tread very, very carefully. You're on thin ice in a dark place, so tread carefully. Those born in the year, the dog negative, the number 18. These are not your people. This is not your tribe. Find a new team. The red light of spirit saying, stop what you're doing. Yeah, justice will be served. The number 11. So Casey, Daniel, Libra, the lines, the marital home, justice, fairness, courts and open enemies. Yeah. No longer being Cinderella, no longer slogging your guts out for ungrateful people, no longer burning the candle at both ends. You are willing to put effort in, but not just for other people's benefit. Cinderella will go to the ball. Be careful you don't burn yourself out. And there it is again. That 15, it may be Capricorn, which is the 20th of December to 20th of January, which we're in now, or that time period, or a person. 15 is positive. We are letting go of the shackles that bound us. We're no longer selling our soul to the devil. We are freeing ourselves. We will not agree to anything under duress, and we should not sign anything. The 15 is positive. So, no longer shackled by toxic people and situations. 11th house, your wishes and dreams will come true if you get out there, socialise. Don't dim your light for anyone or anything. Face the chaos head on, and when you do, there will be hope, healing and freedom. And then we have Jupiter, abundance. And then we have Cancer, the water sign energy. It is home and family life. It is teamwork. It is being on track. So let's see where they all fit into the chart, current chart. So we've got Capricorn, Mars in Capricorn, so there's war. We've got Jupiter in Cancer, well done, Spirit. We've got the Ascendant in Cancer and the Descendant in Capricorn. So there we go. Well done, Spirit. So it is the 11th house. It's about your true life purpose, your guiding light, your North Star. You are the guiding light for someone. Someone is searching for you, just like you did. You needed someone to steer you on your path. Someone is searching for your light. They need it to show them the way. This is about the colour deep yellow. It's about the legs and ankles, healing those. It's about groups, activities, society, friends. These are not your team. Your hopes, wishes, aspirations, and social consciousness. It's your personal sense of identity. It's about loving yourself, like we said. How do you fit in society? Most of us, most of you that are watching, have always felt like the black sheep, just like me. It's about finding a wider group. It's finding those that embrace this extension of self. It's the domain of your hopes and wishes. It is what is envisioned and aspired to for the good of all. The dream for the good of community. But except for those who have yet to develop their social integration. And those people will have all their dreams centered around the self. So they will be very self-centered. It's where someone sees themselves reflected in the eyes of the group. You finally see yourself for who they believe you to be and recognize your place in the bigger picture. An aha moment, which is today's card. A source of conflict or an opportunity. This is not an opportunity, this is a source of conflict. It's about power struggles that you have to face and somebody trying to attain dominance over you. You have to find friendship and acceptance. It facilitates cooperation leading towards achievement of a group objective and can be a place where the group pushes beyond accepted conventions and reaches a much greater awareness. So we can get past this. Jupiter in Cancer, abundance of emotions with the water, earth. Expansion through nurturing, sympathetic, protective, dedicated to caring for others. Jupiter in Cancer uses food for emotional sustenance. So thank you for caring, is what Spirit's saying. Someone here cared deeply and did what was right, the fair thing, the just thing. Thank you for caring. Thank you for looking after them. So, what would be our next one? Trying to think. So it'd be interesting to see what this song says. My mum was called Doris. We've got Lee and we've got Ashley. So the Lees are very important. You won't go, you never go. If I didn't do this on camera, you would never believe. 15, the working overtime. The master of the hunt, which is Sagittarius, which we've got in the moon at the moment. Speed, masculinity and flow. There's your masculinity and there's your flow. Just actions and emotions, very powerful. 15, absolutely beautiful. We don't get this very often. So I would say Artemis, Diana, definitely. Master of the Hunt. 15. Absolutely brilliant. The Master of the Hunt made himself known to me at a time when I encountered a white stag. Now the white stag for me represents my teacher in the art of mediumship, which was Mark, and my brother who passed, Tony. So those two names could be important to you as well. But the stag may mean something totally different to you. And you all know that I've got the picture of the stag on my wall. It's very important to me, especially the white stag, because that is spirit. Were they one and the same, the white stag and this man? I'm not sure, for they appeared as separate entities, but somehow I felt they were one. I didn't reveal his name. He didn't reveal his name to me, and neither does Astral DJ. The more I've researched him, I understand why. The Horned Man has been seen in many locations and many timelines. Therefore, depending on where you originated, you will know him by the name given to him here. He may be known as Serenus, Herne the Hunter, the Horned God, Master of the Hunt, or even Gwyn ap Nudd, King of the Fairies. The imagery I saw was him running through the forest with such skill as though he knew every rock, every dip, every tree. He was part of the forest. He looked at me with a smirk and a nod as he ran. So somebody is giving you a smile and a nod. You didn't need to look where he was going. Neither do you, because your path will be lit. It was just pure flow. So you go with the flow. He then approached me and hugged me as, like the white stag, he saw that I was weary. I laid my head on his shoulder in the embrace of someone who cared and wanted to lend his strength. So that's someone you can rely on. On drawing this card, the Master of the Hunt is asking, where have you stepped out of the flow? Are you feeling supported and flowing in what you are doing in your life? Or are you facing resistance and exhaustion? You see, you cannot be in complete flow if there is some part of your life that is residing in resistance. Resistance can come in many forms. Do you hate your job and cringe every time you have to head to work? Is there something in your life you have to do that brings your energy levels down, or people you have in your life that block your creativity? You might even develop pains in your body, especially in your neck, because you're holding on to that tension because of the issues, which is a physical manifestation of the blocks in your life, and those blocks will be removed by spirit. if you can become more aware of these blockages in your life, so when something makes you feel uncomfortable, you then look at how to change them and ask what it is that I truly want. If you're stuck in a job you don't like, you must shift your self-talk about it to something more positive and less permanent. You might say to yourself, I am grateful for my job because it's getting me to where I need to be. Then it is time to go after what you do want and become the master of the hunt. Hunt out exactly what is necessary to get where you need to be. Allowing yourself to shift the negative talk around. What we don't want, we can help shift us into a vibrational match of what we do want. So make a list of the things you don't want and then sever ties, because that will create the flow. Don't be afraid to reach out and ask for support and the strength of those around you. You might have exhausted yourself by being in a situation that you don't like, the toxic situation, or pushing too hard to make something work when you really need to remove your roadblocks first and allow the flow to take you to where you need to be. So there we go. Beautiful energy. So Spirit have got our back. We can lean on them if we need to. All the time. They've been with us for a long time now. They've been with me through thick and thin, through illness and grief. I do have my words. Oh, and there she is, Ceridwen. So, the Welsh Celtic moon goddess. So the moon and the sun, the eclipse. There is an eclipse somewhere. So if there's one in February, we'll have to look that up. Elaine's probably already figured it out by the time I've got round to it. So Ceridwen, she's the pot starer, isn't she? She likes to stir the pot. But if you're doing it for the right reasons, with the right ingredients, at the right astrological point, then it is a positive thing. And she gave birth to the greatest wizard that ever was or is or lived. And I make no apologies for saying my mum's card was the magician. So there you go. She's blowing around trumpet there. And there we are, Ceridwen. So, freedom. Freeing yourself there and there from the toxic energies. Absolutely beautiful. Flow, which we've talked about. Connection to the rhythms of nature. The correct timing. There is hidden matters, but there is ecstasy coming. Drawing Ceridwen means that you are being put in touch with your feminine nature. We all have a masculine and feminine inside of us, whether we're male or female. With the core of your femininity, the womb, representing the cauldron of Ceridwen. This is a part of you that identifies as a woman, and from which spirit of womanliness dances in your veins. Being a woman means to be in touch with the moon, the tides, the natural forces, and to stay in tune with them, knowing when the right time is to act, to make the magic, to change things. It encourages you to go deep inside yourself, into your instincts, and listen to them. Make sure you spend time outdoors in nature, if possible. If not, go there in your mind, in your imagination, daydream. This card strengthens you in your connection to the rhythms of life. Answers come to you through spending time with nature, in observing the moonlight and the tides. So, there you go. The sea, the moon, all important. Finally then, let's get this done. Beautiful energy. There's the white stag. Forgot that was there. Well done. Well done, Spirit. Well done, Mum. Now we have the chipmunk. This is feeling like a failure. They don't want you to feel like a failure. The 7. And that is what we had there. Someone feels like a failure. Unfortunately. And it's a 7. And a lot of you know that I'm the 7th child. And I've always felt the black sheep. So maybe that's how you feel. That you haven't been a success. That you've achieved nothing. So, in the material world, perhaps not. But in the spiritual world, I know I've made a difference. But it still makes you feel sometimes when everybody else in the family is doing well, you feel like you're the odd one out. So the chipmunk and the laurel symbolises a new venture that will surely lead to success. The chipmunk often takes the road less travelled, so we know, don't we? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. We're at a crossroads, finding hidden pathways and adventure along the way. The laurel is a symbol of victory, so we have chosen not to take the convenient track that everyone else takes. It's used to crown winners in ancient Olympic Games. Together they tell us to take charge of our destiny and carve our own path and find success. This can be a sign that you've stagnated too long. You may feel frustrated, stalled, or having setbacks. Think about the clever and enterprising chipmunk. So the only one I know is Alvin. Alvin and the chipmunks and Dave. Was it Dave? What lesser known pathways could lead you to your goal, and how might you redefine success? So success isn't always the material. Free yourself from that idea. What success in your life can you celebrate? I see our connection and all the people that I've dealt with here on all the social media channels. Before they took us down, we've lost 2 Facebook pages, we've lost 1 YouTube channel. They've taken us down all over the place, but we always survived. So, how can you carve your own path and live in your truth? Because to some, material things will always be what makes them feel successful. For others, there's more to it than that. So, I don't care what you're doing. If you're surviving, you're thriving, whether you know it or not. Thanks for listening. I'll get the song written up as soon as I can. Love and light to you all. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.